Welcome, welcome, and good morning. So, in preparation, I already masked off the windows from the inside. Forgot to do the top hatch, but we can work on that. A lot of wear around there, so I might not put too much paint there anyway. And got the roof and these doors temporarily in place. And the model's been treated with hairspray already. Basically, I just hosed it down with the hairspray can. And for this run, I'm going to use the Vallejo Iraqi sand and see what that does. So basically you want to just paint it as normal. Try and keep it thin but still build up some opacity. What the hell? And the spattering's not terrible, but not wanted right now either. That's very strange. I'll have to check my nozzle and my needle. Why are you doing that? Usually that's a sign of a bent tip on your needle. Can't even get the damn thing out. We'll have to look at that afterward. Let's just get this thing finished up, base coated. I know it's Monday, but we'll try and make it a good day. Let that dry for a minute, and while we're doing that, I gotta hit up the rims. Why are we spattering? There's no hook to the tip of the needle. There's no split. Nozzle itself isn't clogged. Just like they would have been downrange, including the overspray on the rubber. Nowadays you wouldn't see that because they'd be stockpiled and painted specifically for the mission, but back then they had them in Kuwait. They didn't care what color they were. If they needed to be sand, well, they went and got the paint and did it. But the way I'm painting this, I've seen a couple other examples, but I can only find a picture of one that's this worn. If you look closely enough, you'll find plenty of pictures of them though, where the sand paint is chipping off. Picture. This may still be a little too tacky, but we're gonna try just a little bit. You don't want your brush to be like dripping wet, but damp is good. So we'll just try up here on the hood. Just take the wet brush. Gently scrubbing at it until you start breaking through. Because that means the water has gotten through the paint into the hairspray and loosened that up. I just fucked it up again. I don't know. Try shorter brush. One of these days I'll get this to work right. There we go. Soaking it a bit. Last time I used Tamiya paint, I figured that paint was too strong and it caused the problems. Maybe I need to put down more hairspray. Or let the water do the work more. edges exposed first and then broaden the areas. This entire area up here on the hood is worn off. There we go, now it's kind of starting to work. Or not. Autofocus, you worked earlier. You can kind of see what I'm going for there. We want a little more than that though. Notice there's usually a lot of wear right here, because with the windows down, you're always grabbing right there. And there's also the door latch itself. And for some reason on this vehicle, there's a lot of extra removed right here. So I'm just trying to get that cleared up. torso a bit more right here. Probably should have tried going a little thinner on the paint, but those blotches that were spraying out kind of screwed me up. Everybody's Monday going okay so far? Get some Q-tips out. They seem to help last time. Sometimes I need a bit more scrubbiness than it's allowing. There we go. On this particular one, there is a lot of worn off paint too, so. starting to look more like what's in the picture. I think I either went too thin with the hairspray again or too thick with the paint. You can see in the hood where this is almost completely worn off, which is why I was trying to get a good portion of the paint scheme underneath, because there is a lot of that going on, especially on the roof up here too. Using this technique feels a bit more natural than trying to sponge it and stuff like that. I can show you the picture here in a moment too, so you can see that what I'm doing is not too heavy-handed or far-fetched. In fact, I might be doing it a little too lightly. Actually, I'll just send a link to the picture. For those on Twitch, you should be able to follow the link. If anyone's on YouTube, just copy paste. I can tell from the picture though that the roof and the hood have a lot of the paint removed and the camo showing through. honestly, when a lot of things I've been doing lately have been really clean and neat and tidy looking. I've been wanting to do something just a bit dirty. Not perfect. Hey Aries, how you doing? I thought you were in here the whole time. There's somebody else been watching. I'm alright. It's looking more correct, but I could probably stand to chip off a little bit more. I sent you a message saying I was live. That's better. Yep. I know we didn't see a lot of it in our time there because the vehicles that were there were either just in 3-color or they were already painted that color. They already painted the proper sand. Or they were 3-color with a brand new sand hood, or, you know, just a mishmash of junk. Just feels like I either didn't put enough hairspray on again, or the paint's just sticking too well. I used Vallejo this time instead of Tamiya for the overcoat, but it's still being quite tenacious. I'm trying to let the bristles do the work. It effectively works about the same way. Give it a shot. I wouldn't use it on the A6. They didn't get very worn. You know that. Do you have a tank you haven't built yet? On the 15, you'd probably be better off doing like just brush chipping individually for like the leading edges of the pylons and the fuel tanks and stuff, because the chipping fluid you got kind of works like this, you know. it would be easier to just go in with a brush and chip away than it would be to try and manage the fluid on a larger model like that. And you can try it if that's what you want. But that's essentially all it is. It's a water-soluble layer that you paint over and then you get it wet again. Unless you're wanting to do a really chicken shit at F15, then by all means have at it. Now this side of the Humvee I don't have any pictures on, but I'm just gonna go on the idea that it's evenly worn. Well, that's just it. The whole airframe is painted that yellow-green color before delivery. That's basically just the zinc chromate primer. I just wouldn't do it too heavily, because we know they got worn out, but most of the ones we had, well, one, they were the newer ones in the Air Force. We're not talking like Seymour Johnson old. But you're probably wanting to do a Seymour jet, aren't you? So it wouldn't be beyond the realm of possibility that it would be that beat up. Oh, geez, fucking Japan. Okay, yeah. If it's a C model, I could almost see that. See, this side's doing it right. I think this time I just went too heavy with the paint. The spattering didn't help. That was my bad. Yeah, because you got both the Tamiya C model and D model, or E model. At least your E model comes with the good decals already. Right? If you bought the right boxing, it's got the Lakenheath decals, so you don't have to hunt those down. I'm probably going to do my little hobby shop run later this afternoon. Like I said, I need to get an X-Acto knife and some sky paint. I've been sitting on that moon bus from 2001 for a good while now, and I'd like to finish that. Well, did the C models in Japan have the old light and dark ghost gray scheme, or did they get the MSIP upgrade to the more blue colors? I know Lake and Heath did right before I left, which is why it was so difficult to get good, like, confirmation for 156. So they were the old school one. Okay. I know at Lake and Heath I saw a mix of both. Well, technically, you know, aside from the E-models that they got at Lake and Heath back in '05, all of our 15s are old. I'm actually being more restrained than the photos in this, because there's like whole strips that are missing color in the picture. Hey Leo, how you doing? How's things in Denmark, Alex? No, it's not so much chipping as it is paint stripping, but this is what this particular vehicle looked like for the most part. And if anyone wants the link to see what I'm trying to do. Yeah, it's looking like it's turning out the same way here. Cold, but a little sunny. But it's also Monday, and I'm going to rely on that fact for traffic to be a lot less when I go out later to do my errands. If I go out. I might just go total introvert and stay home today. Again. I might leave a little more paint on the hatch here. One, I don't know if... I don't have a picture of it, just the front. I don't know how badly that's worn, and you wouldn't really be stepping on that. It's just a fiberglass hatch. Then again, you shouldn't really be stepping on the hood either, and that had almost all of its paint taken off. So, we'll kind of make it match up a little bit, I think. Yeah, you'll just have to copy-paste that link if you're on YouTube to see the effect I'm trying to aim for. There we go. I think I'll let it stay like that. We still gotta dust this sucker up. What did I just miss? I saw something flicker. Alright, nothing. Oh. Whoopsie! Oh, is that what that flicker was? Okay. No worries. Oh, that's just it. It was hastily applied sand paint over a body that hadn't been properly prepped. God knows what they thinned the paint with. How hot or cold it was when they applied it. You know, was the vehicle exposed to the fallout of the oil fires? You know, because that... You're basically driving through paint thinner. You know, was it caulk paint, or was it just a good old sand enamel? You know, there's just a whole bunch of different little factors. Yep, the sandblasting by the wind too. Yep. Should we open the driver's door or no? It wouldn't be too difficult. There is a driver figure. I've even seen pictures of some of the earlier M1A1s that got, you know, repainted doing the same thing. And I'm just trying to throw some variety in there. There's another Humvee I want to do. I've got the kit saved on eBay. It's only like 20 bucks. What, the kit? No, this is Academy. This is the ancient Academy kit that was released around the time of the Gulf War. Tamiya has the newer mirrors, the brush guards, all the common stuff you see on Humvees these days are in that kit. Academy and Italeri are the only ones that make a first Gulf War Humvee still. And the kit shows its age, but honestly, they still build really well. I don't care what other people really say about them. A lot of people are like, ew, it's Italeri, and I'm like, yeah, it's Italeri. End of the day, it does what it says on the tin, right? Okay, I have to repaint this because this should be the color of the interior, not sand. I won't be able to scrub enough of it off. I'm still waiting for that one person to come in. Your Humvee's not right. It doesn't have the big square mirrors and this and that. I'm like, yeah, because it predates 1993. I don't know exactly when they started putting the new stuff on it, but I don't recall ever seeing it before 93. Oh, I have one of the 1115s. I have the Academy kit of that. And yeah, you can see all the differences plain as day. Trying to blot off a lot of the worn out paint. Actually, paper towel's kind of doing its own thing, so yeah, let's rock with that for a minute. Hide the blue tack. Allie likes to get up on my table, find my blue tack, and run around chewing on it. But I said it yesterday, for the longest time Academy was the only company producing the kit with the somewhat correct Wrangler tread. And I may even go get the other prototype that I've got and work on that a bit. It's at the wash phase, but I don't want to go too heavy on the weathering on it since it never did see service. Oh, Aries, if you're still mucking around in the settings, see if the chat repeater might be set to followers only. But I could have sworn, no, Leo's a subscriber, so his chat should be appearing too. For some reason, only certain people's chats are appearing in the repeater window. I noticed Major Havoc's were yesterday. You want to do an EOD guy? Do it. But I know I can't be the only person that movie kind of rubbed the wrong way. Yeah, I think that's suitably crusty looking. Do I have Tamiya olive drab? Olive green. Just something not NATO green. It needs to stand apart. Yes, I do. Hey, how about that? Now, one weird thing in that picture, you'll notice that there's an Alice pack hanging from the back window. The straps actually run over the top of the door. You can barely see them, but they're right there. I was thinking more of the fact how he went off base at night and all that other shit. Okay, I need a singular Alice pack. And a bedroll. Oh, that's all for the one. Yeah, even just the Alice pack's fine. So I'm going to shoot the tow launcher and its control box with some olive drab, if I can get it open. Wow, it's been a while since I've opened this one. Ah. There's that. And you know what? We're not even going to get the airbrush out. We're just going to brush paint this bugger. Where did I put my bigger brushes? There we go. Yeah. Now, if I remember right, Hurt Locker was also pre-Avengers Jeremy Renner, too. That's good enough. Sorry, I'm trying to think here for a moment. Looks like I'll be getting the airbrush out after all. Oh, damn it, Bobby. Yeah, it's been around for a while. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. That's one of the things about the toe, that radar and other weapons, radar guided and other weapons kind of have a disadvantage and can be defended against, is you don't know when someone's looking at you through a periscope. Or through a viewfinder. Think it'd be on the way and you wouldn't know it unless you saw it coming. No, we're not going to get into that. But that's why I'm not modeling a ZSU-23 or a Strela 10, anything like that. I did do a little more work on the chaparral. I have to do the track on the other side still. And that fell off. I decided to muck it up a bit with some sponge work. Not turning out exactly how I want, but I just want to finish the damn thing now. And I was wrong about the AIM-9s. They're, judging from the seeker and the fins, it's AIM-9P, not the LM. The brush didn't seem to be cutting it very well. Actually, where's that picture again? Actually, it looks like they did throw a little sand paint on the inside of that hatch. Oh no, I remember now. Duh. Stupid me. This is the outer face. I just have to repaint that. So that being said, So in the picture, the sighting mechanism has a chocolate chip cover over it. Should I try and replicate that, or just go with it as it is? I don't want to be too 100% on. Because I already got to put an Alice pack on the window like that. Where are your wiper blades? There they are. I remember building this kit tons of times back when I was a teenager. No, I really have been obsessed with this vehicle since I was a kid. Like, if I had $5 right now, the wife would kill me. But I would go to GovPlanet and start bidding on a Humvee. A lot of them are going for between $3 to $5 still. Just a good 4-door soft top. No, I don't want to make that a stream goal. Just one of those, you know, one of these day wishes. But unlike other people who were going around rhino lining them, painting them black and all that, I would actually, like, say I got one that was looking like this, I'd repaint it properly. I'd get the right colors, the right equipment, I'd totally restore it. Oh, there's glass. I'm just not putting that in until after I dull coat it. It all goes in from the inside. Let's open the driver's door. Should have done this before painting, but it's alright. Tomato green. Go back up here. of these days. This is almost over. Time to find a different way. See if they have anything a bit slower. More down tempo. This one's supposed to be more ambient. Let's find out. It was. All you gotta do is say something, man. It was that whole 90s, early 2000s drum and bass thing that was starting to get to me. No, but I also know that if it's bothering me, it's probably bothering you guys too, so if it starts bothering you, let me know, because chances are it's the same. Should have painted this as well. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't. We can go back and paint it. Try and paint the storage frame. Yes, I have eaten. Tremble is just my nerve damage as usual. Yeah, if this one stays like this, we'll keep going with this music. As soon as it turns into that drum and bass stuff again, though, we'll see what else we can find. I mean, it could be worse. I could be playing, you know, Russian hard bass. Thing is, I have another vehicle with a tow system on it. I'm almost at the same point on this that I am on that, where I need to start weathering. fact, if I start breaking out the washes on this, I think I'll get it and start doing that. It's a M151A2 with a toe on it. Painted up as it would have been in Operation Just Cause in Panama. And so don't get it mixed up in the future, I'm throwing this abomination out. I didn't... That mission stuff probably would have worked out alright if I'd used it for my sand. It probably would have done exactly what I needed it to. But I really didn't want to fuck with it again. I've lost my patience for that crap. Sorry, my leg is itching. Okay. Khaki drab on the seats. It's olive drab. Did I put that away? I think I did. Yep. And where's my NATO black? There it is. I probably got to get a... Yeah, I definitely need to go out today. Not right now, but I need to get some NATO black. I need to restock on a couple colors. Actually, I should probably just make it a one-stop shop. Go to the RC store, because they probably have X-Acto handles there too. Instead of driving all the way to Hobby Lobby. The only thing is that would get me out of the house for a while, which I also kind of feel like I need. So who out there can tell me where the battery compartment is on a Humvee? Yes, but where in the vehicle is it located? I'm sure one of you is Googling it right now. Goes about right there. It is located under the passenger seat. Let's let that dry for a little bit longer. Then we can dull coat that. I'm going to take care of these tires real quick. The overspray is wanted, but it got a bit too far in some spots. So, we're going to knock it back a little. And it'll help wear the hubs a little bit, get them more natural looking. Another thing, if I remember right, the center pedestal that raises and lowers for whoever's manning the roof-mounted weapon is also made of brass. I remember it having a brass color. It could have been galvanized. I don't 100% remember. But let me get the mutt. I'll be right back. We can't even start weathering on this yet because I didn't finish painting the lights. Okay. Where was I? Besides being dumb. Did everybody else have a good weekend at least? Come on, eyes. Or a better than average weekend? And don't give me meh for an answer. It's not an answer. You're killing me, Smalls. What did you do Saturday? Was it the raid or just in general, or? So you were productive on Saturday. See here, it keeps threatening snow, or rain, or snow, or rain, or snow, but none of it's happening. So everything's in limbo. It is March, and it's staying well enough above freezing that right now I could be spreading fertilizer and some of the grass seed that we bought last year that we never got to because we had kind of a drought in midsummer. And while yes, I do have a sprinkler system, they do put us on a kind of water ration, and they do monitor the area. Because, wait, we live in a desert? And then a third of California moved between here and Texas since 2020, and we're having a drought, or we're having a water issue? Say it's not so. So our population here tripled, yet we don't have the infrastructure for it. Wow. Why is that not surprising? I forget if this driver was for the Humvee or if it was for the Mutt. It could be either, really. We'll keep it for the Humvee. Now I should be able to shoot this with flat coat and the Humvee. Sorry if I'm rambling to myself. So it looks like a lot of the notifications either didn't go out on time or were delayed by like a good almost 30 minutes today. Because I started the stream an hour and a half ago. And Aries, you said you just got the notification when you came in, and I think I was 20 minutes after the stream started. Basically sealing what I've done under a more sturdy layer of paint. That way when I start doing washes and stuff, it doesn't cause more chipping to happen. And it removes the sheen from the gloss coat layer that's under it too. is time for a break anyway. It's overtime for a break, actually. So everybody, if you're able, take 5, stand up, move around, grab a snack, pet a cat. Pet a dog if you have dogs. Whatever your animal of choice is. I'll be right back shortly. I'm back, and Arnie has decided to join us. He didn't want to be on the chair, he wanted to be on the desk. So we have Desk Cat with us once again. No. You can't drink that water. No, that's paint water. Over here. Come on. Come on, old man. Good boy. Poop. Poop, 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 poop. I still got to do the reflectors and lights on this, too. Let me get those going. Back up, please. Thank you. While the outside things that I paint dry, we can work on the chassis and the interior a bit more. Excuse me. Get the Molotov out. A little more of it out. Put this inside the headlight area. The headlights read much more realistically with this behind them than just painting them silver. At least for this time period. Nowadays, you would actually have to figure out how to do the dots of the LEDs because they run LED headlights. There we go. And Molotov is not water-based. Lacquer thinner. But we might do another two-part stream today as well. come back on later this afternoon. I'm just glad I've been able to stay mostly consistent on the Humvee. Being a good boy, Arnie. Hmm? We're adding the usual dust because no matter how clean you try and keep crap there, this shit got everywhere. I am going to have the back hatch open too, so I want to see if I can find some water bottles, things of that nature, put inside. I think I got a couple boxes of sea rat cartons too that I can fold up. We'll start dirtying this little guy up too. I want to try something. I tried it last night on the other model and I didn't like the effect too much. But I used a different sand color on this. I just want to see if it stands out or not. Or or if it gives just enough of that dusty effect when it's dry to really tie together the worn out paint. Yes, go eat. As I say to you all the time, my stream is not worth your health. Eat, sleep, but do not sacrifice your health to watch somebody slather paint on plastic. Especially somebody who does it sloppily like me. As far as the turned wheels, you're really not able to do that with the kit out of the box. I kind of fudged it and forced them. I think Allie's inside her little donut. I might have to switch to oils for the outside so I can get a proper dusty, sandy looking mix. And while we wait for things to dry, we take a cat break. Good boy, Arnie. Alright, we're starting to get somewhere. Where that is, I don't know, but we're starting to. I can feel you purring through my wrist, Arnie. Yeah, I can. Yeah, we'll have to make up an oil wash for this after it dries some more. But that's fine. This just isn't the right tone for what I need. It's good if you have a 3-color vehicle that's alone or something like this one, but for doing dust on an actual vehicle in the desert on the sandy portions, you need something that's a bit more representative of the talcum powder you were driving through out there, especially if a lot of other vehicles have been there already. basics thrown on for now. And then when we get it all glued together, we can homogenize it to the body a bit more. Let me see that picture again. I could almost, couldn't I? Let's try it. Actually, that probably wouldn't be bad for it. I don't know if I like what that's doing. It's almost making it too warm. Taking it the wrong direction. I think I should just let it dry, let all these other washes dry before I keep touching them, and then come back to it. So it's been 2 hours on this stream. I do have those errands I need to run, and I have a lot to let dry anyway. So I think I'll go take care of that, and we'll be back on later this afternoon. What time, I don't know exactly. I don't know how long I'm going to take. Expect probably around 3 o'clock, 3 or 4. That's the plan anyway. Like I said, I want to go get some supplies and some stuff that I need. So yeah, let's plan on then. And I will be back then. And see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a good